So if I were to move to Columbus, Ohio all over again, I would do things differently. And it's not because I don't love Columbus, because I do. I really do. It's because I made a few mistakes that cost me a lot of time and a lot of money. If you're planning to move here, trust me, it's not your fault if you're feeling overwhelmed. Columbus looks amazing on the surface, and it truly is, but there are things that you only learn after you unpack, and by then, it might be a little too late. So today, I'm pulling back the curtain and letting you know everything that I would do differently. Plus, one mindset shift that would have saved me a lot of stress. Now, if I were starting over in Columbus and I had no connections, no insider info, there's probably only one place that I would have jumped on. And now, I'm not so sure about that. Let's talk about New Albany. Now listen, on paper, New Albany is a dream. Gorgeous master plan communities, brand new schools, country clubs, smooth walking trails, perfect lawns, and yes, the bougie Fox in the Snow right in the heart of it all. But here's the truth. If you don't have to be there for schools, or for work, or for the club, then you might end up trapped in a 5,000 square foot home, paying property taxes that'll have you questioning your life choices on a Tuesday afternoon. I had a client, let's call him Ryan, who moved here from California. Big executive for an insurance company, 2 kids, a wife, and a budget with no end. They landed in New Albany because all the articles said it was the place to be, and they really thought this is the place that they wanted to call home. It was beautiful. They had a chef's kitchen, finished basement, a wine fridge. It was walking distance to the country club where he played 27 holes every Friday. But over time, that 35-minute or sometimes longer commute to downtown started to take its toll. Also, where they had lived in California previously, it was a lot closer to downtown amenities like restaurants and bars and shopping and larger parks. They started to miss these things over time. They really thought the change up of a New Albany lifestyle was what they had also thought they wanted for themselves and their family. 6 months later, they rented their house out in New Albany and bought a second home in Upper Arlington. Now, the price wasn't any cheaper, the space was smaller, but it got them closer to those amenities that they wanted, and they felt that it was a little bit more walkable and had a little bit different of a community vibe than what they had experienced in New Albany. Let me be clear, New Albany is amazing for the right person, and I've done a whole video on why New Albany is one of the best suburbs in all of Central Ohio. But if you're basing a decision on YouTube drone shots or TikTok trends, you might be buying into someone else's dream, not your own. So don't pick an area just based on if it's pretty or not. Base it on the lifestyle that you want to live. And this brings me to the biggest mindset shift that I had to make. When I moved back to Columbus, I was hyped. New job, new lifestyle, new city. Had everything that I had always missed and wanted. I was back home. But honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. All my friends were married, with kids, living in the suburbs, and I was stuck in a 10-story building in downtown Columbus. I had no connections, I had no community. I was completely starting over, and this was before channels like this of living in Columbus even existed. So I was really on my own. I picked my first place to buy based on square footage and price, like most people do. I ended up in an area that I really didn't love, and it made me miss all the things about Columbus that I loved in the first place. I got the big living room, the home office, but it didn't match the lifestyle I actually wanted. And here's the truth, more space doesn't equal more satisfaction. What you're buying isn't just a house. You're buying a rhythm, a lifestyle. You're buying your Taco Tuesday spot, the walk in the park with your dog, or meeting with your friends every Saturday morning at that local coffee shop. And if you're only focused on the house and not the lifestyle around it, then you can miss out on areas here in Central Ohio that really can make your life work. Now, real talk, nobody prepared me for what actually Columbus was gonna feel like once I moved here. I had this picture in my head, skyline views, all 4 seasons, Buckeye games on Saturdays, and all of that's real. And let me tell you, it's the things that I love about Columbus. But no one told me about all the crazy road construction that goes on in this place, the unpredictability of weather. Heck, this summer, it feels like it's rained almost every single day, which is incredibly unusual for Columbus. Not to mention, sometimes the traffic is a lot worse than I ever remembered. Columbus is a driving city. Check this out. It takes 20 minutes to get to the short north at 2 p.m. if you're living sometimes just in Clintonville because the traffic is so bad. Or if you're in Upper Arlington and you're trying to make it downtown for your morning commute, depending on what's going on at what hour, there could be a ton of traffic due to people coming into the city, events that are happening, or back to the construction. I had to learn this the hard way, because just because somebody says it's close to downtown, that actually doesn't mean it's going to make your life easy getting there. But here's the upside. The locals, they know how to move here. They know which streets to avoid and which streets to take during that OSU game on a Saturday afternoon. They always know which parts of 270 have construction going on and what roads to take to avoid it. Which patios have shade after 4 p.m. and which restaurants are here to stay and which ones are going out of business. Once you get a rhythm, Columbus does feel like home. But let me tell you, you can't fake that rhythm from a Zillow photo. And let's not forget about one of the biggest challenges of life, making friends as an adult. No one talks about how hard it is to find your people when you relocate. Your neighbors wave, but half the time their garage doors close and close faster than a TikTok. You might work remotely and suddenly realize you've only spoken to the barista at the local Starbucks and your dog all week. So what would I do differently? I would say yes. Yes to social runs. Yes to that happy hour. Yes to Saturday morning workouts in the park. Yes to trivia night, even if I don't like trivia. And yes to rec league, even if my body feels like a 90-year-old man sometimes. This will help you speed up the process of making Columbus feel like home. And finally, let's talk about the things that people don't ever put in the listings. HOA fees, property taxes, and utility bills. That new construction in Powell or Dublin might look like an absolute steal until you get that first property tax bill and it hits you harder than your car payment. Just remember, you need to always ask what comes with the house and what is my overall cost to live here going to be. Because remember, it's just not always about the price, it's actually what you're buying into as well. So yeah, if I were to move to Columbus again, I would do it all differently. Not because I got it wrong, but because I know better now. And that is what this channel is here for. My name is Brad Winter and I help people move in, live in, and love everything there is about Columbus, Ohio and the surrounding areas. If you're thinking about relocating, or if you're trying to figure out which suburb fits your lifestyle best, reach out. My contact information is in the description below and I would love to help you not make the mistakes I made when I relocated to Columbus. And if you want the inside scoop each week, hit that subscribe button and check out our other videos. I've got neighborhood tours, new construction home tours, pros and cons, everything that you could imagine about what it's like to live in Columbus, Ohio and the surrounding suburbs. Because let's face it, moving here, it's just not about what you're gonna do, it's about a lifestyle. And I'm here to help you navigate that.